The Buffalo Bills just quietly made a move that nobody in the NFL world saw coming. And once you hear the full story, you are going to realize this team is not playing around in 2026. Before we get into it, hit that subscribe button right now. Fastest NFL news, every single day, right here. And trust me, by the time we get to the final name on this list, you are going to wonder why nobody is talking about this guy. Buffalo is not the same team anymore, let's be real. The Bills this offseason look nothing like the Buffalo team we watched last year. This is a complete rebuild from the top down, and we are talking about changes at head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and special teams coach. That is a total reset of the entire coaching staff. When a franchise does that, it means one thing: they are swinging for a championship, not just the playoffs. On the field, the front office has been just as aggressive. Wide receiver DJ Moore came in through a trade to give Josh Allen a legit weapon at wideout. Bradley Chubb was signed to terrorize opposing quarterbacks off the edge. And the 2026 draft brought in TJ Parker and David Sinigboanugo to add fresh defensive talent. But here is the thing: the roster is still not done. Not even close. So what does a hungry, championship-chasing team do with cap space opening up around the league? They hunt. And right now, the Bills are hunting hard. Which leads us to the most important question of this entire offseason: is this roster actually good enough to win a Super Bowl? Because here is what I think most people are missing. There are 3 free agent names flying completely under the radar, and one of them could be the single best signing Buffalo makes all year. Free agent target no. 1. Blake Cashman, the linebacker. Minnesota might hand Buffalo for free every year around June 1st. Teams start making financial cuts to clear cap space, and some of those cuts are pure gold for teams smart enough to act fast. This year, one of the most valuable players who could hit the market is Blake Cashman, linebacker for the Minnesota Vikings. Now Cashman just turned 30, and I know what you are thinking, but hold on. Age means nothing when a guy is still playing at this level. In 2025, he piled up 144 tackles in just 13 games. 144. That is not a declining player, that is a veteran operating at full power. Over 7 NFL seasons, Cashman has racked up 437 career tackles, 12 sacks, 1 interception, for fumble recoveries, and 18 passes defended. The Jets drafted him in the 5th round back in 2019, and he has quietly built one of the most consistent linebacker careers of his generation. The only reason Minnesota might let him go is money. Pure and simple: if the Vikings need to free up cap space, Cashman becomes available. And if that happens, the Bills are perfectly positioned to scoop him up at almost zero acquisition cost. For Buffalo, this is not just depth. Cashman could realistically compete for a starting spot. While young Caleb Elam develops and grows into his role, a veteran presence like Cashman gives the defense immediate credibility and leadership. That is not a backup, that is a difference maker. Who do you think is the most underrated free agent linebacker in the NFL right now? Drop a name below, let's debate it. But Cashman is just the beginning. The next 2 names on this list, one of them could fix the biggest weakness on this entire offense. Free agent target number 2, John Heitner Jr. Does Josh Allen need better protection? Right now, inside the Bills building, there is a battle going on for the starting left guard position. On one side you have Alec Anderson, talented, but still without full-time starting experience at the NFL level. On the other side is Austin Corbett, experienced, but with an injury history that raises serious questions about availability. Neither of those options gives you total confidence. And when your quarterback is Josh Allen, a guy who is carrying this franchise on his back, you cannot afford to have question marks protecting him. That is exactly why John Heitner Jr. makes so much sense as a target. His current team has solid guard depth, which means if they need to make financial adjustments, Heitner could be available. He is experienced. He is reliable. And he has proven he can hold down a starting position at the NFL level. Adding Heitner would not just upgrade the offensive line, it would send a message. It would tell Josh Allen that this organization has his back and is serious about protecting its most valuable asset. Because a quarterback who is not getting hit, that is a quarterback who makes better decisions, takes more shots downfield, and wins more football games. Now the third name. This one is interesting because the talent has never been in question. But the situation. That is a whole different story. Free agent target number 3, Bobby Brown 3. Reclaiming a lost talent. Bobby Brown 3 is one of those players whose story is not over yet, not by a long shot. After signing his current deal, Brown has not lived up to expectations. He has only started 5 games, and his run-stopping numbers have been disappointing. On the surface, that sounds bad. But here is what everyone keeps ignoring. In 2024, when Brown was playing for the Los Angeles Rams, he was ranked among the best run-stuffing defenders in the entire league. That was not that long ago. Talent like that does not just disappear. Sometimes a player just needs a change of scenery, a new coaching staff, and a fresh opportunity to remind the world what they can do. The Bills are actively looking to strengthen their run defense, and Brown fits that need almost perfectly. Sometimes the smartest moves in the NFL are not splashy. They are calculated risks on players whose talent outweighs their recent struggles. Brown could be exactly that kind of low-cost, high-reward gamble that changes the complexion of this defense. Okay, but here is where this story gets really interesting, because the biggest weapons the Bills might already have are already on the roster. And almost nobody is talking about them. The hidden weapons Landon Jackson and Michael Hogt, Buffalo's secret defense bombs. When fans talk about the Bills' new-look defense, the conversation always goes straight to Bradley Chubb and TJ Parker. Fair enough, those are big names. But there are 2 players flying completely under the radar who could end up being the real difference makers in 2026. Their names are Landon Jackson and Michael Hogt. Let's start with Jackson. The Bills grabbed him in the 3rd round of the 2025 draft out of Arkansas, and the buzz around him before draft night was seriously loud. Multiple analysts had him projected as a first-round talent. Buffalo basically got a steal when he fell to them. His rookie season was rough. Inconsistent playing time, limited opportunities, and then a serious knee ligament injury in Week 10 against Miami shut things down completely. For a lot of fans, Jackson became an afterthought. But here is what is happening right now. Jackson is fully recovered and has added close to 4 pounds of lean muscle since his injury. He looks bigger, faster, and more ready than at any point in his young career. With Jim Leonhard installing a new defensive system, there are real opportunities opening up. Jackson finally has the chance to show the NFL what made scouts rave about him before the draft. Then there is Michael Hogt. His arrival in Buffalo was anything but smooth. A 6-game suspension pushed back his debut, but when he finally stepped on the field in Week 8, he made an immediate statement. 1.5 sacks, a forced fumble, and a dominant team performance. The following week against Kansas City, he showed up again. Then a ruptured Achilles tendon ended it all before it even really started. Fast forward to today, Hogt is already back in voluntary workouts, and the optimism inside the building is real. What makes him so dangerous is his flexibility. He can line up at defensive end, rush linebacker, or outside linebacker depending on what the defense needs. That kind of versatility is worth gold in a modern NFL defense. During his healthy full seasons with the Rams, Hogt proved he could get to the quarterback consistently. If his Achilles recovery goes well and he is ready for Week 1, he becomes one of the most dangerous under-the-radar players in the entire AFC. Is this Buffalo's Super Bowl year? Look at what this team is building. Josh Allen at quarterback, one of the 2 or 3 most dangerous players in the entire NFL. Joe Brady coming in as head coach with a fresh offensive vision. DJ Moore added to the passing game. Bradley Chubb and TJ Parker on the defensive front. CJ Gardner-Johnson bringing toughness and experience to the secondary. And now, potentially, Blake Cashman anchoring the linebacker core, John Heitner Jr. fortifying the offensive line, Bobby Brown III adding run-stopping power, Landon Jackson finally healthy and hungry, and Michael Hogt healthy and unleashed off the edge. This is not a team that is hoping to be good. This is a team that is engineering something. The June 1st cuts are coming fast. The free agent moves are coming. And every single decision the Bills make between now and training camp is going to matter. So here is the question I want to leave you with. Who do you believe is going to have the biggest impact on Buffalo's 2026 season? Is it the potential free agent additions like Cashman, Heitner, or Brown, guys who bring proven NFL experience? Or is it the internal surprises, Jackson and Hogt, players who are hungry, healthy, and ready to prove everybody wrong? Drop your pick in the comments right now. I genuinely want to know what you think, because this is going to be one of the most exciting Bills off seasons we have seen in years. Stay locked in, because the news is only going to get bigger from here.